All right, guys, I want to make a quick screencast just to go over your 281 notes in case you had some questions. I know that I didn't really go over these the other day. I just posted a key for you. So this is an effort to help you. So for most of these problems, I think for all of them, there's two functions f of x. So two functions f of x and g of x. And we're going to be doing some operations to those. All right, the first one we're going to see is addition. And you may see this as f plus g of x. This really means your first function f of x plus your second function g of x. Same thing for subtraction. We may see f minus g of x. That's going to mean f of x minus g of x. Multiply. We could do this the other way. It could be g times f of x. You may also see like a multiplication dot in between there. That's going to mean g of x times f of x. And lastly, we'll divide. Sometimes you'll see this as a fraction like g over f of x, and that simply means g of x over f of x. So sometimes g is first, sometimes f is first. Okay, and these are the four operations. There's a few other operations you'll learn when you get to pre-calculus as seniors or maybe in college, but that's what we're going to work with today. So first one, if f of x is 3x plus 2, g of x is 2x minus 7, what's f plus g of x? We're going to do f of x plus g of x, and then let's plug in. I'll do it underneath maybe. So f of x is 3x plus 2. G of x is 2x minus 7. Let's combine like terms. That gives me 5x minus 5. So that's what f of x plus g of x is equal to. Let's see. Let's do I have some subtraction? Yeah, let me jump down here. F minus g of x. My battery's about to die and I forgot my charger. I don't want to stop recording, so I'm going to go quickly here. F minus g of x. That means f of x minus g of x. This problem is giving me new functions for these two. So f of x minus g of x is going to be 7x plus 11 minus. Now, this is one thing you need to remember. When you're subtracting a function, you need to subtract the entire expression that function is equal to in parentheses. Which means, since I'm subtracting g of x, I want to subtract 2x minus 5 in parentheses. It's really a negative 1 in front. So I got 7x plus 11. Distributing the negative 1, I get negative 2x plus 5. And then we combine. I get 5x plus 16. Let me do multiplication. So we'll come up here. F times g of x. I have f of x times g of x, which is 3x plus 2 times 2x. A lot of times we would see the 2x written first and then the one with two terms written second. So I'm actually going to reverse those. Let's do 3x plus 2 here. The reason I'm doing that is now I can distribute that 2x in, and we get 2x times 3x, 6x squared plus 2x times 2 is 4x. I'll do another multiplication because this one can be a little tricky. R times m of x. Remember, you can call these functions any letter. So I have r of x and m of x, same as f of x, same as g of x. So r times m, that means r of x times m of x, 3 to the x times 5. this is not equal to 15 to the x. Okay, the exponent applies to 3 and only 3. So this, let's see. Apparently I can scribble on things and it erases it. That's kind of cool. I'm going to put the 5 first. 5 times 3 to the x. If you want, you can put parentheses, but that's all we can do there. And then lastly, let's do some division. Let me do the last one. So f over g of x, that's f of x over g of x, which means divided by. So we get 4x plus 7 over x plus 3. Can't really do much else. And then the only thing is we are not allowed to divide by 0. So x plus 3 can't equal 0. Right? If you divide by 0, you get undefined. Your calculator will give you an error. So here's how you can figure out what x is not allowed to be so that you can avoid 0 on the denominator. Set up an equation, only use a can't equals sign. The denominator x plus 3 can't equal 0. Subtract 3, and we call this a restriction. We won't get too much into that, but that's a restriction on x. You can't plug in -3, but you could plug in every other value for x on that one. So that's not all the problems, but hopefully that gets you started enough to cover any gaps that you might have had just from looking at the key for the notes the other day. Thanks, guys. I'll have the other screencast posted as well for the next section.